After weeks of being stranded abroad, 190 Bahamians and residents are back on home soil. The group was brought back home from Fort Lauderdale on Friday in phase 1 of the government's repatriation exercise. And while relatives were not able to collect them from the airport, those Bahamians were whisked away to the government's facility, where they were evaluated by health officials. From the plane, residents were asked to stow away their phones and cameras. Immigration officials took passports from passengers while they were still on the plane. Once all the passengers were cleared, they were allowed to deplane and collect their luggage from the tarmac. The first round of Bahamians were transported via 5 Majestic tour buses from Lynden Pindling International Airport just after 11 this morning. They were taken to Breeze's Hotel along Cable Beach, where Ministry of Health officials were waiting behind gates guarded by heavily armed Defense Force officers. Suitcases, bins, and baby strollers were offloaded as the recently returned Bahamians were taken off the shuttles and through a door where they were checked by health officials. Ministry of Foreign Affairs Director General Sharon Brennan-Haylock explained how they determine who gets to quarantine at home or remain at the government's quarantine facility.
They will all go to the quarantine facility. Health will do an interview process there and some other processing done by health criteria to determine who will go home and self-isolate and who will remain in the quarantine facility.
But it's been a tough few weeks for many of these Bahamians who pleaded with government to allow them to come home. And while 190 were scheduled to be brought back home today, hundreds more are waiting overseas. Brennan-Haylock says there is a plan to bring them home as well.
We are now putting together a plan for a phased approach for Bahamian nationals who have been displaced and are in various jurisdictions around the world. And we're putting together a plan to bring them home. The details will be released on our website, mofo.gov.bs. We'll also put it on our social media pages. And we will also have public announcements for the regular media.
The long-anticipated arrival comes amid controversy that heightened in the last week over the landing of permanent residents on a private aircraft where a group of 6 disembarked, which eventually led to the resignation of Dr. Dwayne Sands as Minister of Health. The Prime Minister called it a breach of protocol. For the Guardian News Network, I'm Kyle Joaquin.